Welcome back to another episode of Hit or Glitch, Edge of Creation. That was interesting, and also a while ago for us, but I did kind of leave it on a somewhat of a cliffhanger moment.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the enemy's camp, sneaking around.
And normally I
And
wouldn't.
whose fault is that?
I guess it's yours.
Normally I
point.
wouldn't give out XP in the middle of something, but it was the end of the session, so yeah, I'll give out you guys your 5 XP. Tim, you're getting your expression bonus, so your 2 solar XP for doing what it is your cast is supposed to do.
Okay.
So you get your 2 there. And Dan for actually releasing somebody who could definitely cause some issues because of what he knows. Fits your defining intimacy of peace is preferable to battle? War. Peace is preferable to war. So you can get your 2 there.
2 for
2 solar XP.
2 solar XP, and you said normal experience.
5 normal is what you'd always get. That puts you guys at about 35? 35. And it's at 50 that you actually go to Essence 2. I do appreciate that they did that this edition instead of just buying Essence 2, that it just shows up as soon as you get to a certain amount.
Yeah.
Which makes more sense because Essence is supposed to represent how powerful you are, not where you put your XP. And that was kind of something that would happen in the last edition. You could start out Essence 2, and I don't know, it just didn't fit as well as I think it does this time around.
Stay tuned for another.
You're going to talk about that? All right.
You seem to want to talk about it.
What?
I said you seem to want to talk about it.
Yeah. At this point, I'm going to stay with the scene where Tim, you are, or Morez is inside the fortress, spying on things.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a perception roll. So this is perception awareness, and you are at -3 for this roll.
So -3.
This is sort of a passive perception thing.
Oh, this is a passive perception.
Yeah.
So my bonus from my mask would not apply.
It does not apply to this roll.
Okay. How to stunt a perception roll?
There are terrible things happening on my nerves. Or on
Use a spyglass.
In a building?
Indoors. Yes, I can see the grains of the wall very clearly.
Okay.
Help for finding a secret door.
Hiding in the shadow and use a mirror to look around corners and everything, and hanging from the roof when possible when the enemy is coming by, and kind of dipping down and looking around.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you're kind of on edge, I would imagine, and so your therefore your reflexes and whatnot are at peak levels.
So let's do.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. One, 2, 3. 3.
Actually, I think I'll just make this the difficulty. And that fits. You're kind of watching whatever's going over there, and you're hearing screams from the guy that, well, you were hearing screams, and they kind of
Stopped.
suddenly silenced. And then you're hearing the other guys kind of whimpering. The other guys that were with the group.
Yeah, so last time I saw, just so we can go over it, last time I saw with my mask the aura of one person being invaded by another aura,
Yes.
and then the
He
person's aura
started
was
screaming, and then his aura went away, and now there's just like a green central core to the aura with sort of like almost veins sticking out from it, kind of forming the guy's body.
gone. Okay.
Um,
What were you saying, sorry?
But anyway, you're maybe a bit on edge from this. When you feel like a really cold, like bitter cold kind of feeling right about back here somewhere. like something's about to come up on you. It's not quite the ambush sense, like that's not triggering. You just feel like,
Okay, so
ugh,
not my danger sense.
and maybe back up and hide a bit when you see or start hearing a measured, perfect clip of boots hitting the floor. So it's like
What
clink,
is it?
clink, 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 clink. And in walking in perfect a perfect pose
Mhm.
is some sort of general.
Okay.
He has immaculate uniform, not a speck of dust on it, not a medal out of place. It is covered in medals up here in the top left breast,
Mm-hmm.
bars on the shoulders.
Mhm.
He's wearing a
Really big hat?
No.
Okay.
no, he is wearing an officer's hat, and it bears on the brim of it, just above the brim, it has the sort of the colors of White Wall, the coat of arms, which is the wall with the sun coming up over it.
Hmm.
He has a well-groomed, sort of close-cropped beard, and has a cane, or not a cane, well,
Not a cane.
not like a full like curved cane. It's just like a smaller one.
Yeah, one of those ornamental.
Yeah, and he seems to be using it to walk, but it definitely seems to be like part of a limp there, but he's hiding it pretty well.
Okay.
And he comes walking down the hallway right beside you. Doesn't look to the left or to the right.
You actually
Walks
say
straight
that?
forward.
No, I don't actually say that.
It helps. There's actually a spirit of stealth, and if you ever see him, he tells you that. Don't look at me. And he's walking towards the sound of the screams.
Do I see guards with him?
Nope. He's alone. But you do sense a lot of danger coming from this guy. Like it just radiates from him.
Okay. I'm going to wait until he passes. I want to get a closer look at what's happening, and I'm going to follow him at a distance.
Okay.
Well,
Are you do you actually want to have line of sight on him, or I mean, because from where you're at, you can still observe the auras.
I want to be able to see with my own eyes, not just a mask. I
Okay.
mean, this aura thing tells me a bit. It would tell me more if I had a cult or something like that. Since I don't, I'm gonna have to get closer and use my eyes so that I can figure out what's going on. And I don't know anybody with a cult, so just leaving here with what I have is not going to be able to tell anybody anything.
Okay. His aura has sort of a purple tint to it.
Okay.
I mean, you're still getting used to what auras mean and whatnot. But his has a purple tint and sort of a striation kind of thing on the around the edges.
Okay.
But yeah, he's walking up towards that room. You peek out into the hallway, and you're only like basically two or three cells down and up a short flight of stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go down the short flight of stairs, you'll be on the cell level that they're in.
Okay.
The cells are open
Mm-hmm.
throughout here. There's unoccupied and open.
Okay.
There's torches in the center of the cell block, but otherwise those are the only sources of light other than in the cell they're in.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll go down this flight of stairs, and
There's
cells,
basically like a row of cells going down a central area.
and they're all empty except for the lights in the center of the room, and one coming from within one cell.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to get closer, and then are the doors to the cells open, or are they
Yes.
locked? Okay.
They're open.
I'm going to get into one of the cells on the opposite side of the one they're in,
Okay.
and so that way I'm back a little farther away and can hide in the shadows.
Make a stealth test. You are at -1 for this.
specialty city apply?
I mean, you're in a fortress, which is technically a part of a city, but
Cells before. This is a lot like home.
I guess I'll let it apply in this
Okay.
situation.
Specialties are 2 again, right?
1.
1? Okay. So you said -1, so that'll be -1. Would I get a stunt for hiding in the cell and hiding in the darkness and keep myself?
How are you going about hiding? Because this is basically an empty cell, like stone cell block.
Well, normally I don't argue for him, but considering one of his major negative intimacies, this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
For him to go into a cell.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. He's gonna have to like swallow that voice of warning there.
Yeah, pretty much. So, but what I'm doing is I'm like sneaking up, and then I'm going to dive into the cell that's on the other side of the wall. That's one over.
Okay.
So that I have
You're not
less of a
straight
chance
across.
of being seen. Get in there and then kind of back up to the very back, and hide in the shadows at the back of the cell, and be to the corner closest to them, and inch a little closer so I can see.
All right. Dan can give you 2 dice stunt.
Four.
That's pretty good. Well, got 3. You said you had 4?
4.
Lucked out.
Yeah.
So inside the room, there are 4 guards, and now this general.
Okay.
And there is a figure. You can tell that they're there based on like a shadow that they are giving off, but you can't directly see them from where you're at.
Okay.
So there's somebody else over there. It might be another soldier or whatever. And then there are was it 3 or 4 captives? It goes 4 captives.
It was 4.
There's 4 captives that are bound on their knees on the floor. One of them is laying on his side, and the other 3 have like scooched away from that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are a couple of barrels, and one of the soldiers is reaching into one of the barrels. You can hear sort of like squishy sound,
Mm-hmm.
like some kind of liquid or whatever. And he pulls something out that kind of goes out of your line of sight. And by the time it comes back in, it's on the other side of the guys. And the guys are like trying to back up and get away, but they're being held down by the other soldiers.
Put my mask down to see what. Is there an aura coming from the squishy?
Yep.
Oh dear.
There is it's just starting to bloom into color.
Mm-hmm.
It actually was kind of, doesn't show it, like when you put it on, it's kind of a barely there, and then it starts brightening, and it's turning into that green color you're starting to recognize now. Yep, all 4 of the soldiers in the room, have that green aura in the center of them, and then sort of the spidery veins going through their body.
Okay.
The general's purple color is getting brighter.
Oh dear.
Purple color of his aura. And he
Making Jaffa.
he says, "Wait." And then he like, you can see him just like almost shaking a little bit as he like holds his hand out towards the people.
Okay, I'm gonna keep watching, keep explaining.
He says, "All right, that's perfect." And then the green aura enters one of the people, and the guy starts screaming, and you hear like a squelch kind of sound, and then the guy falls over, collapses and falls over.
Huh.
The other 2 guys, like they've got like things over their mouth. They got gags over their mouth, but you can still hear them like screaming and whimpering.
Okay. Do they go on and try to do it to the next guy?
If you just sit there and watch, then yes, they will
I'm going
eventually
to-
do all four.
Okay, I'm going to wait until they start getting to the third guy, and he starts screaming, and use that as a sound blocker to sneak out.
Okay.
He's-
That is a good stunt. Go
Yeah.
ahead and roll stealth and get 2 dice on that.
Because you need extra dice for stealth.
That's the only way he makes it out alive.
Yeah, but that's like saying I need extra dice for feats of strength.
Of course you do. You can never have enough dice. If you're not rolling 30, you're not there yet.
I actually can if I plan it right. But maybe.
I got 8. All right.
They got 9.
No, you start sneaking your way out. As you go through, you can still hear soldiers moving around here and there. None of them are in the vicinity of this area you were just in, but there are some moving around here and there.
Okay.
As you're getting back towards the entrance,
Uh-huh.
you hear a familiar voice. What do you mean it's open? But who opened it? And why aren't you 2 guards at your post? Fools! Do you realize this is a dangerous time? There are assassins moving about the streets and you leave our post? I should have your heads!
Who do I recognize that as?
It's been a while, but you recognize that voice as being Boltzmann. General Boltzmann, the very first member of the city you guys met.
Oh, okay.
And you see the door is shut,
Uh-huh.
and you can see through like the slits.
Uh-huh.
You can see, the side of his face, and you can see like his big mustache is sticking out,
Uh-huh.
and he seems so furious that they're like twitching up and down with his words, and so they're like.
Okay.
You can almost like tell the time or tell how angry it is by what time it is with his mustaches.
Oh man, that reminds me of the clock from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to find another way out. It's gonna be quite difficult to go this way.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to try to make an educated guess as to where another exit is going to be closer to where I want to get out, based upon, 1, my knowledge of a prison.
Yes.
I grew up in one. And 2, this is kind of like a city, and the patrols and watching where the guys go with their aura, watching their auras through walls and everything, I should be able to make a better guess as to where to get out.
Make a perception or intelligence plus investigation roll. And yes, you can get your 2 dice on this.
Awesome. Two. Yay!
So you start looking
got a
around.
good idea.
You're moving your way through the fortress, but you basically are having difficulty because of, there's people everywhere in here, finding, getting to where you want to be, which is out of here. Eventually, the best you get is a room with a window, an actual outside-facing window, and there aren't really any of these that you've seen so far. However, there are iron bars. Wait a minute.
I think I got something for this.
And a 300-foot drop.
I also have something for that.
They are forged iron bars.
Forged iron bars. Okay. No, I don't have a thought of that.
Take out some dental floss.
No. Okay, so iron bars.
C4?
And,
Salsa and a battery?
I was just thinking that.
salsa and a battery.
It's like, I got this in about a week.
I start peeing on it. That should work, right?
No, you pee on your
What have you been eating?
silk outfit and then start.
Okay. You said piss shirt don't break. You didn't say piss shirt bend bars. Okay. What am I gonna do? I guess. So this is a room. Is this like a closet? Or
This is like it's some kind of storage room.
okay. Judge. When I put the mask down, how far away is the
No,
nearest
I
person?
take that back. It is half storage closet, half somebody's office or room, like sleeping quarters.
Okay.
Rapunzel.
Putting my mask down. How close is the nearest person?
Right now there's a guard at the end of the hallway, which is about 50, 60 feet away. And you can see other people moving, but I mean, there's not a whole lot of people as it is nighttime, but
Aren't you a contortionist? Can't you just squeeze through?
Yeah. Would I be able to?
if you were an like a cephalopod, maybe.
Yeah.
Actually,
My
my
head
head is
have
too
that
big.
merit.
Your head is a little bit too big for this.
Okay.
Your chest cavity is too big for this.
Okay.
I mean, the bars are like
I could fix that for you.
an
if I
inch
was
or
there.
two.
Okay. I'm going to send out a message to Sova, my bird thing.
Okay.
Give him an idea of where I'm at,
Okay.
and to watch. I'm about to dive out this window, or try to. And then I'm going to.
You get a questioning, sort of like a questioning thought. Like, you're gonna what now?
Just pick me
Say who?
up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have him wait a distance away and look and try to find me when I dive out this window.
He is a distance away and already, and we'll say basically let you know he's on his way, but it'll be a bit.
Okay.
Also, this area is dangerous.
Yeah, I kind of got that. Then I'm going to make some preparations. I'm going to lock the door. You said this is somebody's office. I'm going to take the chair, put it up against the door
Okay.
to double lock it, and then try to put something heavy in the way as well.
Well, there's like I said, it's half storage room, so you can basically move over
Shelf.
like a shelves or a box or something.
Yeah, probably not box. Try to be quiet about it.
Make a strength plus stealth roll. Stamp.
Basically.
Sure.
Dude.
Every time the guard steps on the hallway, step.
4.
Clunk. 4. All right.
Okay. And I'm about to make a lot of noise.
Okay.
I'm going to wait for Silva to give me the signal that he's close by,
Okay.
and I'm going to pull out my sword, and then I'm going to try to cut these bars out of my way.
What kind of sword do you have?
I have a short sword. What's the best idea I got? I don't have anything else to break through some iron bars.
If it was an artifact blade, I would consider this a possibility.
Yeah.
Do you have
Bars
any
against
charms that could aid in this?
Well, I have excellent strike,
Oh yeah.
+1 success, and reroll all my ones.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
before I do this, okay, I'm gonna have this as backup as a last resort if I can't figure out a way to get these things loose. I'm going to test the bars, see if they wiggle or
Can
anything.
the bird carry you? I don't know if the bird's carried you yet.
It has not.
It has carried me.
I don't.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I'm like
okay.
4 of you.
Oh yeah. Why would I need you?
Well, 2.
too.
Because he can actually pull the bars out of the wall.
True.
Yeah, the bars would not be. I would just run through the wall and then use my falling crane charm to take no damage. Oh yeah, I am the Kool-Aid man.
Yeah, he seems really weak. You shoot him once and then he starts bleeding out and you can't stop it.
Okay, so you're going to be making a decisive strike on this. Well, okay, you want to do investigate.
Yeah, I
first.
want to investigate and see if I can figure out a way to open these bars.
All right. Make a intelligence plus crafts roll, or maybe perception plus crafts.
Same guys. So kind of testing them, wiggling them, looking around the room, seeing if I can find anything. This is gonna be good. Nope, nothing.
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 Yeah. As far as you can tell, the stone here
Mm-hmm.
looks like it was quarried yesterday. Looks like any rain or weather has had no effect on it. The iron of the bars does definitely look a little bit, less so, like it's seen weather, but the stone itself looks completely untouched by time.
Okay. Do I see any windows whatsoever on the way here that didn't have any bars?
Nope.
This isn't gonna work. I'm gonna try to make my way to the roof.
This is, like I said, this is the only way you found out so far. I mean, you could try going through through things again. But I'm gonna basically, if you're gonna make a decisive, if you want to try to break these bars open, cut them open,
Mm-hmm.
I'll basically give them a soak pool,
Mm-hmm.
or rather a hardness pool, I guess, and you'll make your attack with it having no defense,
Okay.
and then whatever your amount of damage is, if it is enough to break them, then it'll break it. Otherwise,
It's gonna be loud.
Yes.
Yeah, this will not be
Okay.
something you can do stealthily.
Yeah.
That's why he barricaded the door.
That's why I barricaded the door.
Is there a change of clothes in there?
Oh, are there? Yeah. You said this was somebody's office. Would there be a change of clothes here?
you won't need to roll for it. Yeah, you can find this is some kind of
Dump
And-
officer.
yeah, it's basically, well, it's like what's the word for it? Supply officer kind of thing.
Okay.
So there's a uniform in here that is, doesn't have a high rank, but it is technically an officer's outfit.
Okay. I'm going to change into the uniform. Move everything back out of the way. Sneak out down the hall to quarters. Somebody quarters where.
Well, I mean, this is actually like his bedroom. There's
Oh,
a bed here and
okay.
everything, but apparently it's also his office.
Is there a bathroom here? Or is the bathroom somewhere else?
Can pull the Shawshank
You
and go out
you can
through the
eventually
toilet line?
find a bathroom.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
probably-
my excuse. I'm going to pull. I'm guessing there's some kind of liquor or liquids in here
Listen,
in this room.
in this room. No. Okay. Water. Still, my excuse would probably work. I'm going to go out the door and start working my way down, and go on the way to the bathroom and act all sleepy and tired and everything.
Okay.
I mean, to get out of here, to get past the first guard, then I'm going to sneak back down to the door I was first at
And try to go out.
and try to go out that way. And then I resume the I'm acting thing.
This is going to be a manipulation plus performance.
Manipulation, that's my better die. And then performance.
And spend some essence.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
spending some essence.
Not if
Oh,
he
no.
doesn't have it
Yeah.
favored or in cast, and I doubt
Yeah,
he does.
I don't think I have that. Crap.
Willpower, baby.
You can spend a willpower for a free success.
Yep, done. That's what I got.
Can hear those two dice clacking together.
3. How do I stunt this? Okay, so I open this door and start heading out and kind of like stumble, like I'm drunk and whatever, and keep my head down in the darkness and away from the light so they can't get a direct view at me and whatever, and just kind of start mumbling. I'm assuming that this thing is a higher rank than them at the door.
It would be a higher rank than the regular soldiers, but it's
Yeah.
not like you don't have.
Yeah, yeah.
This is not like this is technically a higher position, but you don't really have any authority over anyone.
Yeah, I know.
You have
I'm
authority
just-
over supplies.
I'm just going out, and they'll might question me, but I'm a higher rank, so it's like, you all right, sir? Where are you going? It's like, I'm just going.
I'm going out.
Very much.
Okay.
Yes, too.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm grasping at straws here.
Yes, you are.
Come on, look. Three, so 4 total.
Okay. Yeah. You get through all the regular guards. No one gives you too much trouble. Although you do hear some grumbling behind you as you pass
Okay.
by some of them.
Yeah.
And also some, like, kind of, if he's got alcohol, kind of motions. But you only get a couple of those because almost everybody in here,
He's asleep.
almost everybody in here has that green aura in the center of their body.
It's questionable. But I make it outside.
You make it back down there. When you get to the door,
They're shouting at the two idiots.
you hear him still yelling, and there seems to be a group of people there. There's 2 people at the door again, but there's another group of people in the courtyard, and then there's other people watching.
This really is not my night. Okay, I gotta find another exit. I'm gonna look again. There's no way I'm getting out like that.
Oh man.
Okay.
He's looking right at the 2 guys at the door. So
No, he's not looking at the guys at the 2 door. He's berating the guys who used to be at the door that are now in the center of the courtyard. That small little courtyard there.
Wait a minute. I think I can work with that. I can try anyways. Oh wait, so and now they have like a crowd watching, like
Yeah, there's a couple of guys standing in formation.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a squad of guys standing in formation.
Mhm.
There's 3 guys at attention being chewed out like crazy,
Mm-hmm.
or 4 guys, I guess, getting chewed out, and then there's 2 new guys standing at the door.
Okay.
I tell you that because technically they're not within line of sight, but you can still see their aura.
Yeah.
And the 2 guys at the door have that green aura inside of them.
Uh-huh.
Just get one of those things and put it in you. You'll put right in.
One of us.
Desperate times, man. Desperate times.
How am I gonna get out?
Just like put it like
Okay.
in a little vial and put it in your shirt so it looks like you've got one.
You have to make a decision now.
Uh-huh. So either go
Get out and get caught. Or alert them that someone was here, but get away.
Uh-huh.
Or hole up somewhere.
Yeah. I'm pretty much gonna have to.
But I have a feeling you're going to have to save that general. Because I think he's about to get shanked.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that. So my character wouldn't really. Okay.
Tell me someone who grew up in a prison wouldn't be able to identify when someone's about to get shanked.
Make
Well,
a judge intentions roll. That's
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
it's perception plus socialize.
That should be the
Yeah,
one thing
perception,
you can
socialize.
see social cues for.
Actually, I have dice pool for this. And it's favored. Okay.
And you can spend essence on it too.
Yeah.
What things are you watching for?
Watching for. Okay, so I have this permanent thing that lets me know when larceny is being used.
No. So if
Right.
somebody's trying to draw a dagger surreptitiously,
Yeah, pretty much that. And looking for stuff, so I got that.
that is not triggering.
Okay.
So no one's palming a dagger or anything.
Okay. But yeah, I'm watching for cues of what these guys are kind of doing, why they're... It is kind of questionable why there's an entire squad for a general to just shout at these idiots. So, kind of watching them, looking for, trying to figure out what they're doing here, pretty much.
Yeah, if you had a military specialty, it would definitely apply. Yeah, you can get your 2 dice for this.
Okay, spending essence gives you dice or
for every essence you spend, you get a die.
Spend 6.
Your maximum is your base dice pool, your perception plus socialize.
I will spend 4.
Okay.
Gives me 4 extra dice, right?
Yeah. Out of the box.
Seven, 8.
Well, okay. So then you notice a few things on the group here. You're specifically doing a group thing. I guess I should have given you a -2 for the number of people there, but oh well.
We'll just take out 2 of his failures.
Sure. I could take 2 of his successes at this point, and it would be enough. The guys in formation are looking a bit nervous. This general seems to have a reputation that they are respecting and afraid of. And they're also giving the, well, it was nice knowing you kind of looks towards the 3 guys standing there.
Okay.
And you can see the 3 guys are have the fear of death or fear of life in them right now. They are definitely afraid for their life and not certain they're making it out of this alive. So they're standing at as perfect attention as they can. The 4 guys, sorry. The general he is not angry at a soldier who disobeyed his duty. He is angry at a detail that is out of place. This guy is at least a major intimacy to attention to detail. And
retentiveness.
These guys have failed and performing in exactly the right way, and he is just livid.
Okay.
Yeah, and then beyond that, there are a couple outstanding things, and that the guys with the green auras in them, they're just standing at attention. They look like soldiers who are standing at attention, and that's about it. There's not really anything that you're not getting a read of anything much out of them other than they are soldiers standing at attention. Listening to a general yell.
Because they're dead inside.
Yeah.
And you know you got a really good read on these guys, and that's all you're reading. It's just they are soldiers standing at attention. Because that's what soldiers do.
Okay. Not getting out that way right now. Could try for the window.
Because, I mean, all you have to do technically is get out in that courtyard. Because your bird can come and lift you off.
What is your, do you have any athletics charms?
Athletics? I have athletics, but no charms.
I do.
Yes, you do.
Well, no, okay, I take that back. I have 1, but that's perfect balance.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like I'm spending the night here. I'm going to try to hide and find a place to be able to sleep and not be caught.
Okay. Yeah, you've seen a couple of nooks and crannies. Like like you've mentioned, you grew up inside of a prison or
Mhm.
what used to be a prison, and in that kind of neighborhood, the only way you made it through the night was finding a good place where no one would find you.
Yep.
So yeah, you can find somewhere to hole up.
Mm-hmm. I sent a message to Sova. Okay,
Okay,
abandon
good.
that plan.
I was gonna
Uh,
say, and Sova's still just circling, waiting
Make
for the
a
cue.
make a stealth test for Sova. It no longer has the small size one bonus, but
Yeah.
it still has a stealth.
2 automatic successes when being detected audibly. And then what's his? It doesn't have his like dex or anything like that.
I think that's just your total pool.
Oh, that's my total pool. Is the stealth 6.
Yeah.
It's nighttime outside, and he's keeping his distance.
Yeah.
So
So people trying to detect him visually will be receiving a penalty, and audibly will be receiving
and
an
he's a bigger
negative.
penalty. Four for him.
That's pretty good. So 6, technically, because 2 automatic
Yeah.
successes.
Yeah.
That's good. Yep. All right. Sova seems concerned that you are imprisoned, and sort of gives you the feel, like sends you an image
Mhm.
of you hanging upside down from a rooftop, like picking a lock
Mhm.
to a cage. Only it's Sova upside down, picking a lock to a cage, and it's sort of a query.
No, I'll send him a message basically. Sunrise or sunrise. I'm going to try to break out, find somewhere to rest, keep out of sight, keep out of.
All right.
Don't be seen. Stay nearby. I may call you again.
Okay.
Basically gonna sleep for the night.
Sova still seems concerned, but
Yeah,
we'll go off.
I am being kind of restricted and restrained here, and that is my limit trigger.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna have to roll your limit now.
What do I roll?
It was 3 dice.
Just 3 dice.
I think it was just straight up 3 dice. See if I can find it again. It's been a while since I had to roll, or we have to roll it.
Okay, so just 3 dice.
Yeah, you roll 3 dice for it.
1.
That's a point of limit.
So 1 point limit
Yep.
on it.
So you mark down one of the boxes. When you reach 10, that's when things happen. And so far, I think I've only handed out 2 limit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Both of them to him.
Well, no, 1 to you, 1 to Dan.
Oh.
Dan just hasn't succeeded on any of his limit roll or any of the rest of the limit rolls.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm resting for the night.
Okay, so back at the
The house.
house,
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
you guys went to sleep, or did you stay up waiting for him?
Well, he had me take that guy and drop him off somewhere
Yeah.
and go back.
We did that already.
I mean, I imagine Sova would come get us if he was in trouble, or if they're both dead.
Can't save them if they're both dead.
Yeah.
I'm virtually a god.
Almost invincible.
People. No, I can't.
Okay.
If you had a high enough medicine, I might consider what you were saying, and some charms in it.
So would 0 dots be enough?
No.
High enough?
I'm sure there's some medicine somewhere along the way that's like, he's only mostly dead.
With the chocolate coating.
Yep.
Well, we'll just dig through his pockets for loose change, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would be worried. Should we go?
I'm in no position to help him out tonight, and I think I'm gonna have to go to Constantine, I think, in the morning and try to sort this out, because he needs to know that people are getting kidnapped, and it seems to be the Watch that's doing it.
The what if he does know?
Then we need to know that too. Maybe there's something between Classius and what was his name? The other dude that was yelling at them. Boltzmann.
General Boltzmann.
I think I wrote that down. Yep, Boltzmann. Maybe there's something between Boltzmann and Classius that we can use. Yeah, to bed.
Okay.
For an early morning trip to the palace.
Yep. Morning comes. When you wake up, there's your people are setting about getting ready for the day. They seem to have tried to set up a bit of trade because I think you still had some leftover salt.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to sell that.
Or beer. I think it was the alcohol we had left over. I think the salt I was able to mostly sell.
Okay. But otherwise, they're like, we're going to keep this up. We're going to need to find some more supplies.
Yeah. Well, that was sort of their main task while I was gone.
And I mean, they've done some things, but I mean, they haven't been able to leave the city really.
Oh, yeah.
And these refugees are
Taking up quite a bit.
eating up the resources.
What do the refugees do? Are they just all farmers?
I mean, there might be a blacksmith among them, like a cobbler or that kind of thing.
Cutter.
Yeah.
First thing I would do would
Yeah,
be
maybe.
to go check his room, see if he came back in the night.
Nope.
Um,
His bed is just as disheveled as he left it.
if we can try to get the tradesmen work, that will bring in some income.
Okay.
We should be generous, but not to the point that we harm ourselves. I'm
Should
going to the
we-
palace. Do you want to come?
Sure. Should we talk to your friend? The one that set the fires?
The one that set the fires?
Yes, he
The
believes.
clothing guy?
He believes
Oh,
my
right.
guild contact
And
is behind everything.
you know what? Last we left off, you were starting to think there was a possibility I could be right. I'm telling you.
That's true.
It's all in the gut.
It's all in your smelly guts. The ones that eat raw people alive. I mean, snow. You eat
You
lots
just
of
got
snow.
you just
Eat
got this
raw
feeling
people.
about it.
I cook them first.
Yeah. So we'll go to the palace and try to get audience with Constantine.
Okay. When you get over to the palace, there is a group of people there with wagons that are basically causing a bit of a ruckus. They seem to have a group of people trying to get in to seek audience, but they're not letting the carts in, and
Carts are integral to what they
Yes.
talk about.
they're like, arguing. The carts are covered. They have a like cloths over them, a big, like tent type cloth over them, and they're saying, I can't tell you what's in it, for higher ups to know, not for regular men to know. And the guards are basically having none of it, and so they're basically just yelling back and forth at each other, and it seems to be escalating a little bit. No one's really put their hands on their weapons yet, but it seems like unless somebody backs down, that might be the way it ends.
Okay. I still have dedicated for keen hearing and touch.
Okay.
And also keen sight. How secured are those tarps?
They're fairly secure. I mean, it's not like they are cabled down or something like that, but they seem to be purposefully set up to completely cover whatever, or hide whatever's inside.
So is this like a covered wagon.
Yeah, it's not like a Conestoga or anything, but this is like they've got
It's
some
just
flat bottom carts
Yeah.
with
got the
a
sides
tarp
on it and
tied down on the sides.
stuff in it and tarp on the side.
Gotcha. I'll look in one.
You just reach up and
Yeah.
pull it open.
They're not going to stop me.
We're gonna. they
Like
might
there's
try.
a couple of guys.
They're
like,
arguing with those
yeah.
people. I walk up
Well,
behind
there's-
them and lift the tarp.
There's
I'm
several
gonna
guys
use his
in the group.
to get a good look in there.
Okay.
Yeah, two
when
guys aren't
you-
going to stop me anyway.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys in between you and it, and
Yeah.
they're like looking at the argument, and then they look over at you as you walk up, and ineffectually go, "Ugh," and you just kind of reach through them and
Yeah.
lift the cart or lift
Just
up the.
push them aside with one hand.
So they start yelling at you, but yeah, you're able to lift it up. Give me a perception plus. Yeah, I guess perception awareness will fit for this. But it's a -2 because what's inside is in boxes. So you're gonna have to notice details about the boxes.
Five.
Wow. And Scott, actually roll 2 more dice because I like your stunt.
I'm gonna use
Still 5.
frugal merchant's method.
Oh, to judge the
The
value.
exact quality, yeah.
Good one.
It's the quickest way to solve it. You just figure out what's in there.
Yeah, you see. Both of you guys see marks on it, the boxes that indicate grain. And you go poop poop poop. Okay, that's between these 2 carts. That's enough grain to, feed a good number of people for a good period of time. That's actually a decent amount of grain. And yeah, you get the exact value of it and how many people it would feed for how long, kind of thing.
So I'm just going to shout over to the guards, it's just grain.
About the time you're saying that, like something moving catches your eye, and you look down and you see like some kind of bug, worm like looking creature like crawling through.
Can I
one of the
attempt to
boxes.
grab it? I do have a specialty in grappling.
Sure, it's gonna be like a speed-based thing because it's about to fall through the cracks. So give me a dexterity plus brawl, I guess.
Dexterity plus brawl, and with my specialty of grappling, and I will supplemental
You get a
one for my vicious lunge, which is a grapple.
you get a -4 for size
size.
and whatnot.
Man who can grab fly with chopsticks.
He's grabbing. Yeah, he's basically grabbing a fly with his bare fingers.
5.
Okay. Yeah, you snap out and catch it just before it falls through the cracks and pull it over.
And maggots.
Is there a nature? Yeah, you don't really need to roll for this. This is some kind of weevil.
I'm supposed to take the lesser of the 2 weevils.
Hey, it's just grain. And maggots.
And you see, like, the guy that was arguing is just like, and all the colors draining from his face.
I want to know if he knew it was like that.
Judge
or if it's
intentions.
just-
Obviously he did.
Your judge intentions.
I'm not even
going
going to judge intentions. He knew.
Yeah, perception plus socialize.
I believe he knew.
No.
That's what I'm thinking.
So wait, the fortress I'm in is connected to the palace, right?
Yes.
That'd be interesting.
You
I
actually
just
went
showed
through
up
the
behind
palace.
you guys, like, hi guys.
Oh yeah,
I've been here the whole time.
You like pull off the hat, the like
Mask.
well, the hat you were wearing, like stuff it underneath an armpit or something.
And then just for dramatic effect, I'm going to squeeze it so it just bursts.
Yeah, it's pretty chubby and
Juicy.
well fed, juicy.
5.
Yeah, you didn't need that many. Yeah, the guy knew. and was
Told ya.
really, really, really. Oh no! So it's been said out loud. So it seems like he was trying to hide
Yep.
the fact that this was happening, and that's why he wanted to be inside here.
Yep.
Yeah. And he actually like.
I
comes
tell
up to
the
you
I
guys
like yell the guards. I'm like, arrest that man.
They're like, all right, and the pole arms that had been up come down, and he's just like. Kind of does the face palm thing, and all right, whatever. And sure enough, they grab him, the carts, and start wheeling him inside.
You want them inside anyways.
No, the carts. Move them out of the. Like I'm telling you,
Yeah.
move them out of the way. Don't take them inside the walls.
Well, I mean, they're in the city.
Well,
right?
yeah, but they're not inside the walls of the palace.
Right. They're like, they kind of wheel him over to the side. There is a bit of an open area up here before the palace gates, so that people, there's more room for people to be waiting here and whatnot. But they're still kind of, there's not room for these.
What if I stack the wagon? Will that help?
No.
They would be pretty precarious.
No,
You're
don't stack
not.
them.
You're guessing the wheel, like the way they look. The
Well, then you
wheels
might
would
break the.
I start to stack him, and he tells
And-
me no, and I stop.
These are horse-drawn wagons too, or rather, we'll say mule-drawn wagons.
Buffalo? Bull?
How do the mules
Cow.
look? Healthy.
Camel?
Yeah, the mules look fine.
Camel. Ice camel.
Snow camels.
So I go.
It's a desert, right?
I'm gonna go up to the guy that the guards sort of
Freaking
have hands on
alpaca,
now,
Yeah.
and
He's actually in a bit of a uniform, like not a soldier uniform, but he is in a uniform.
guild, or
No, he
Marching
seems to
band?
be yes. He's got a tuba. No, he seems to be a city official of some sort.
of Whitewall.
Yeah.
I walk up to him and I'm like, "So you knew it was bad. Why were you trying to get it into the palace?"
Because I was trying to keep it from public knowledge. The grain is damaged. I need to speak with the powers that be and make sure that this is taken care of, and that we make certain that certain.
Is this a shipment that's come in?
Look, I can only talk to one of the military officers, and I don't know who you are, but you may have just caused a panic in the city.
You're
So
the
very
one
well.
that brought the bugs.
Could you please keep that down?
Okay.
This could really be a serious issue, and it is very vitally important that you keep what you have seen to yourselves, or take it on to the generals or somebody officer here, and they'll know what to do. I'm
Okay.
sure I'll be seeing one of them shortly. Thank you very much.
Where'd you get it?
Surely there's a form that you could have filled out and not brought this whole thing here.
Maybe I overreacted.
And there's a chain of command.
Where I was headed.
Thanks, guys. You got my
Well,
way out.
I'm on my way to see Constantine at the moment.
That would be helpful. Maybe you could let him know where I am, so we can get this resolved, and they don't clap me in irons.
Where'd you get it?
That's something for Constantine to know. Or
I'm just gonna crack my knuckles.
you make an intimidate check.
Where'd you get it?
Make a manipulation plus intimidation.
Get that
And
point, folks.
is your hood up or down?
He'll be able to see my face.
Okay. You are getting a +3 on this roll.
And don't
From
forget
your
about your
appearance.
bonus because you are ugly.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He's
That
getting
is
a
my
plus
number.
3 because of the differences in their appearance.
So it's manipulation and what?
Manipulation plus intimidation. Or wait. Oh, there isn't an intimidation. Presence? Yeah, manipulation plus presence. You're getting a plus 3. I think that's
Yeah, still nothing.
I'm gonna get plus 3.
4?
Like the color had started coming back to his face, goes away again. You beat his resolve, and he like kind of does the like look side to side to make sure no one's listening. He's like, "City granaries."
Okay.
You see why I need to get this information as quickly as possible?
Yes, I do. Okay,
Nope.
that's bad.
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to let Constantine know. What I want you to do is make sure how far this has gone. Or do you already know?
Looking into it now.
Okay. We're going to need an answer to that.
You don't say.
I look to the guards and I'm like, okay, you guys can probably let him go. He needs to get some information for Constantine.
And I put my hand on his shoulder and I go, "You report to him now."
To the guy that was being capped or taken, or one of the soldiers.
No,
Okay.
that main guy that I intimidated.
And he like
And I
turns to
give-
one of the guards.
I
and
don't like painfully, but I give him a squeeze on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And he reports now to Dan's character.
He looks at one of the guards and like starts talking with them, trying to convince them to let him go report right away. And since they overheard what was just said, they're kind of agreeing with that. And you can also see sort of some calculated glances between the soldiers to each other.
We had to die. We had to fight this guy. You would die. Okay.
Yes, if we have to fight anyone, I will die.
No, the three guards are looking at each other going, okay.
Oh, if they have to fight him?
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
the guy comes along with you. And he's kind of like, if you guys don't already, he sets a brisk pace.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This actually
I mean-
sounds like a good place to stop.
And he's, despite the cold, he's cold sweating.
Sounds like a good place to stop.
To find out what the bureaucracy is next time.
See if I finally get out of here.
Siku for city council.